Hey tea heads, this is Don and Celine from Mayleaf. You know, it's not every day that 16-year-old ripe PuErh that's loose and not pressed into cakes lands on your doorstep. That's what happened late last year. We tasted it, we fell in love with it, and now we've pressed our latest ripe PuErh tea. I know a lot of you people out there have been waiting for our latest Mayleaf ripe PuErh. This is the Nut Charmer. Here you go, the Nut Charmer, the meerkat peering out of a tub of peanut butter. Yes. It's been a while since we've been thinking of having a meerkat on our covers, and this one was the one.
It was just perfect.
Yeah, perfect one.
Tea. And that name is great.
Yeah.
I love that name.
I'm glad you like it. So the Nut Charmer, super smooth, as you can see on the peanut butter tub. This is a 2006, so 16-year-old, 2006 Menghai ripe PuErh tea. Made from big old tea trees, 75 to 150 year olds. So old tea trees, not quite ancient tea trees, but old tea trees. We'll talk about the cover a little bit as we get into it, but as you can tell, a sense of nostalgia, right?
Bit of the 70s going in there.
Yeah, a bit of 70s, bit
Peace
of 80s.
and love.
Yeah, much needed these days. So yeah, this sort of 1970s inspired wallpapers.
Yeah, I think it was also all those films we were watching with Ayana.
Yeah, we've been introducing our little girl to the classics of the 70s and 80s, E.T., etc., etc., etc. And even the font for Nut Charmer is all about, you know, that time in our lives. For those of you who are old enough to remember, and if you're not, then you missed out on a great era. So this is it, the Nut Charmer. Let's dive into it. Can you pull up that cake there so we can always look at the artwork? Now, I have to say that the suppliers told us, warned me, so I'm expecting here, that the cake did not press together that solidly. Now, they said that that was because the tea is so old. 15-year-old. I've never heard that before. Now, it might be that they didn't want to put too much steam into it because they were sort of precious about it, and so they were a bit light on the steaming for the compression. I don't know. Like, I can't say because I'm not in the technical world of pressing cakes, but they said to expect that it's a bit broken up. So let's see. Let's see what this tea cake looks like. Okay. Well, yes, it's not great.
Oh yeah, it's really loose, this one.
Yeah, it's looking a bit raggedy around the edges, but you know, it's
as long as the tea
I was kind
good.
of expecting it to be broken up by the time the way that they were saying it. It was like, you know, they said it was really old material, and so it didn't press nicely into a cake. I don't know if that means that it was really old material, therefore we didn't want to steam it enough. Too much. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because the taste of the matcha, I remember, was a very it didn't taste dank.
No, it had more of like a hot weather.
Yeah, which is why we picked the meerkat.
The meerkat.
A desert animal. It had that sort of dried wood kind of feel.
But not in the feeling of the mouth. Because dry can often think, oh, my mouth is like completely dry.
Yeah,
like
more in the sense that
it's not like that.
It's not a ripe tea that had that
moist,
humid dank note. Anyway, so maybe they were trying to, you know, offset against that, make sure that that didn't happen. I don't know. As I said, it could be just an excuse. Anyway, let's look at these leaves. Beautiful leaves. Ignore the compression. Well, look, it really does break apart easy. You don't even need a PuErh knife. You can literally just scratch at it and it opens up.
That's quite good if you forget your
yeah, exactly. But a lovely dark colour, nice sort of tarry browns, a little bit of sort of golden bronzy browns as well.
I was going to say. Copper. So, no, not copper?
Yeah, coppery, bronzy. Yeah, you literally do not need a knife. You can just do this and it all comes apart for you. So no knife needed. Let's see. A few little tea fruits here.
Yeah.
So this is Menghai material, which is obviously a very famous area for ripe PuErh teas and usually pressed in Menghai. And it's been stored for 15 years in Menghai, waiting for this moment in time.
For us to drink it.
Yes. So, we are brewing in
Ta-da!
Panhu Zerni.
Yeah.
So, let's heat this pot up. Nice. And we'll quickly scope this tea. So this is Spring 2006. This is from the Daiyejong variety. The origin is Menghai. Let me just double check if there's any more information. This is Menghai, Yunnan, China. Bud and young leaves, 1,000 to 1,500 meters. And as I said, 75 to 150-year-old tea trees estimated. Okili kokili.
Drinkings. I haven't drank any tea this morning, so that I could work out what this is going to be like. But I do feel like I'm missing my matcha. Just saying.
You've become a bit obsessed with matcha
I've
recently.
become pretty obsessed. It's like just amazing how within 10 minutes you feel the effect.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a potent brew for sure.
Very potent.
All right, let's see how much to put in here.
Oh, you're going for it, a likey.
Okay. All right.
Voila.
There you go. Have a snifter.
Yeah, thank you.
I can smell it already.
It's like, okay. So, instantly, I get some milk chocolate. There's peanuts and a little herbal note that's not very strong, but it's there in the background.
Okay.
Delicious smelling. It smells like a perfect ripe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it smells like the complete ripe, yeah.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of that stored smell, but then it's not musky.
So it's got that attic,
more attic,
dried,
not cellar.
Dried wood, yeah, not musty, not humid, but like dried wood, antique wood is there.
Yeah.
A preponderance of nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like there's a few different types of nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna say peanuts is there.
Yeah.
That peanut butter is still holding true. Maybe a bit of Brazil nuts as well.
Oh yeah.
And maybe, but there's also sweetness to it. Like, I'm not getting so much of the herbal sweetness. I'm getting more of a sugar, brown sugar sweetness.
Yeah, at the beginning, the herbal note made me think of like a licorice sweet smell. But I think it's more brown sugar. Yeah,
I think it's not so, for me. It's not so much a licorice. Or we'll see what it smells like once it's been rinsed. Okay,
yeah,
go for it. Coming to life after 16 years.
Is it quite mad to think of that?
I've brought this one to try it out. This is something that's new in stock, our new brew basket.
Yeah, I like that. I like that it's all metal.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's also good for Fukamushi censures and things like that.
That's true.
The other small one would get clogged.
Clogged too quick.
Quite easily.
Yeah.
Nice. You can put it here. Cool. All right. Go for it. Have a wet leaf schnifter.
Oh yeah. I'm like getting my glass. Okay. Come to me.
Come to me.
Oh wow, it's so much more sweet now that it's wet leaves. It's like more syrupy. I've been using agave syrup recently.
Agave, yeah.
There's like a dark and a light brown. It's more like the dark one.
Yeah, yeah. So dark brown sugars, dark syrups. Is there maple syrup note in there as well? It's all of that. So you've got that ticked, syrupy, sweet, brown sugary, dark, dark syrups.
Yeah, but you're in a library or you're like somewhere full of that smell of books, like leather books.
Yeah, it's got the leather and the antique wood and all of that
very
nostalgic, that feeling of a more library than attic actually. More a little bit of that leather.
Yeah.
Not really a Chinese herbal apothecary kind of thing.
Even though the smell of the dry leaf makes you think that.
Yeah, but it's not really there.
When you wet the leaves, it's not there anymore.
Oh, amazing. So you're getting on the one hand, the sweets, the brown sugars, tick that box. You're getting the antique woods and the leathers, tick that box. You're getting the nuts. And again, I'm going to go Brazil nuts actually more in this one.
I'm going to agree with that for sure. Because it's less of the peanut and more on the Brazil nut, funnily enough.
But I'm also getting a pancakey note as well in there. Like, it reminds me of those, those Belgian, or is it Dutch? The waffles, the stroop waffles.
Oh, I thought it was Belgium.
No, Belgium have their gaufre.
Oh, okay.
But then you've got the stroop waffles,
Yeah. What,
the ones that no, those thin ones that you buy in packets that are bendy with caramel in.
True.
It's got that sort of
right,
pastry note to it, or pancakey note to it, but griddled quite dark.
Oh, I get a little brandy note.
Oh.
Smell.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Or like when you add a little splash of alcohol in a dessert and it's like heated.
Flambé.
Flambé. Let's go above that.
And I'm also getting a fruity note, but the fruit is sort of like, the image I have is, for some reason, is like a wooden cask with water and just apple skins in it. I don't know where I'm getting that image from, but like it has an apple skin
I can imagine what you
water kind of smell to it. I don't know where that memory is coming from, but that's the image that's in my head.
That is bizarre, but like, I don't know if it's because I can visualize it in my head, but I can smell it.
Yeah.
Weird.
So I did put quite a lot in here. Okay, let's make sure.
Yeah, you were
that's
like,
hot,
I want to smell.
Let's make sure that's hot.
91.
So yeah, I mean, overall, the impression that we got with the loose tea, and again here, is a tea which is a ripe tea which ticks many boxes of ripe tea. It's going to have the woods, the leathers, the nuts, the sugars, a little bit of the pancakes, and a little bit of the fruit. The only thing that I would say is not there is if you are looking for a very herbal smell.
Yeah, it's not as herbal as the dry. Do you get a bit of raspberry coulis?
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. There's a little little acidity on the nose. I think that's what I was sort of heading for with the apple. Can you put a bit of water over the top?
Oh yes.
Let's just do this properly.
You're like, come on, Celine.
Delightful.
Okay.
How long? Quite a lot of leaf in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then at the same time, like, let's make it strong. Colour is quite chocolatey, isn't it?
It looks to me more like that dark agave syrup.
Oh yes.
Or that dark maple syrup notes to it.
Yeah. It is true.
Okay, put the cups on.
Yeah.
Drinking in our little whiskey snooters.
I hope you're all having some delicious tea too.
Okay.
Oh, a little bit for the elephant. Great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To one and all. First cake release of 2022.
Oh my goodness.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Super, super smooth, as it says on that peanut butter. Very, very, very smooth. And that really is going to be pronounced by the age of the tea. One of the things I think that with ripe tea, the flavour does change over years, but it's a lot more subtle, as we know, compared with PuErh or ripe raw tea. But it has a clean, very clean, again, no dank, no humidity, clean and smooth. That's the impression that I get with age and ripe PuErh. Did you say buttery?
I just get that peanut butter feel in my mouth.
Yeah.
I feel like Lucy would be really into this.
Most definitely.
Lucy, I'm coming for you. Got to try this.
Definitely got a very, very smooth and clean and smooth. I don't know if that makes sense, but the taste is clean and the feel in the mouth is clean, but very, very smooth.
Super smooth.
Quite thick. I wouldn't put it in the super thick, but it's in the sort of medium to thick.
I find it quite thick, but like peanut butter thick.
Well, that's super thick.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
You're drinking it like, with a spoon.
I love doing that with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Spoon it all the way.
Oh, and let's talk about the taste, and let's brew up another infusion. The taste again, tick, tick, tick. If you are interested in a ripe PuErh that just hits all of the main highlights of what a ripe PuErh but a ripe PuErh can be.
Or encapsulates.
Yeah, encapsulates
like
the ripe PuErh personality.
Yeah. It has all the spectrums.
Yeah.
Look how I'm putting it up after one glass.
But you also know that it's not going to disappoint.
No.
Like, it is just going to get strong and smooth.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a sipper throughout the day.
I was going to say that considering this was the first infusion, I know you put a lot of leaves in it, but you really didn't brew it that long. And it's like so on point.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine that to be second infusion.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just...
It's true.
So full. Delicious. You are a little nut charmer. Why are you laughing?
Thank you. I'm glad I'm a nut charmer. Right. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, that is a
Ooh.
Deep, dark brown sugar syrup. Dark brown sugar syrup.
Yeah.
It reminds me of our Hoji Brown.
Yes.
Cocktail that we do in our tea house. Brown sugar and Hoji chai. Anyway, cheers. Smooth drinking.
It's like you don't need any... It's like... I was going to say you don't need any milk in it. Like the idea of tea and milk. Because it's just so...
But I know what you mean. It sort of is reminiscent of that. The smoothness is reminiscent of milkier teas.
Like milk chocolate as well?
Yeah, this is milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate? Thank you. Yes.
I'm getting those pancakes, but like hot cakes, griddled hot cakes. I'm getting the peanut butter. I'm actually getting it like a bit salted. Like there's a little bit of a salty note as well.
This is what brings out the sweetness, I think. It's just that level is perfect.
Yeah. It's like salted peanut butter on top of some sort of griddled hot cakes with some maple syrup or some dark agave syrup. And of course, we're still getting that library in there as well.
Yummy.
And I'm still getting a little bit of the apple, but just it's just
I know what you mean.
In the background.
There's like a little fresh note.
Yeah, a little fresh note.
That lifts everything up. It's really interesting, that bit.
And the finish is extremely vaporous.
Very vaporous, but you still get a lingering aftertaste.
Yeah. It's sort of split in two, isn't it? There's part of the finish is the rising vapor, which is nutty and warm. But then the let's see if I can just go without the filter. The juicy sensation is sweet and a little bit cooling as well.
That's true. Yeah. I was thinking in my head at the same time, I was listening to you. It's like the top bit of your mouth, you get that vaporousness happening, and then the bottom of your mouth is like sticky, yummy stuff just stayed there.
But it's nice how the sweetness of it is again that syrupy sweetness, but somehow it still leaves my mouth feeling very cool.
Yes.
And fresh.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Fascinating.
Fascinating. It's like a little herbal note in the background.
Yeah,
it's keeping
like
it
a cooling
What
note.
herb keeps your mouth fresh apart from mint and like
I don't know, that sensation of cooling.
Eucalyptus. But it's not.
But it doesn't have the taste of it. It's just got the sensation of it, which is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, 3 infusions in. All right, we're going to smell the empty Gong Dao Bei. Oh,
man. I think this is going to be my daily driver.
it is, yeah. You're going to rinse through these cakes.
Oh,
I already know that.
Oh no.
What do you get? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Caramel, like full on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is more maple syrup and pancake though.
Yeah.
Brownies, like so dessert.
Yeah. Brownies, maple syrup, caramels.
Oh,
I'm also getting a little bit of
sweet.
a cooked banana.
What, with stuff on it, or
No,
just
like
pure?
You know when you have a barbecue and then
Yeah.
this is my family maybe, it was like at the end when the embers are dying out, you'd throw a couple of bananas. This is
I love
on,
that.
and it would just sort of caramelize,
Oh, that
and it would
sounds
just
so
have a
good.
sort of cooked banana note to it in there as well. But I'm also getting.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah, it's like the skin burnt a bit, and
Yeah.
you've got that sweet banana inside.
Yeah, with a little bit of a char on the banana
Oh,
skin.
that's really good.
Yeah, and also I'm getting that antique wood again, just in the background, but more like a little bit lacquer.
Yeah,
Could even be a bit shoe polishy, just a tiny bit.
I think shoe polish is pushing
bit
it.
too
It's a
much.
bit too much.
Yeah, it is too much.
I think it's more,
All right, like lacquered antique wood.
but very light. Like I
Yeah.
get so much more of that sweet
Yeah.
and banana skin burnt thing going on.
Okay, let's roll through some infusions and we'll let you know the body sensation. This is our 8th infusion, which we're just about to pour off. We've been stacking infusions and enjoying this tea immensely over the last 20
so
minutes.
I mean, it is such a charmer. I mean, it's like even through the infusions, it still tasted like it could have been second infusion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every infusion tastes rich.
Even though the liquor looked lighter, like now it's, when we
It's
got to
still
the
quite
7th
dark.
infusion, I was like, oh, it's going lighter, but the flavor is still there and more peanut buttery.
Yeah, it's definitely the cover is really sort of revealing itself. As you go through infusions, it becomes more and more like the prominence is that peanut butter, salted peanut butter with brown sugar note to it.
Definitely.
It's a really lovely, ticks all the boxes right PuErh for me, and it has that aged quality to it, that luxurious sort of aged, smooth, easy drinking, and clean and comfortable feel to it. If you had said to me that was like an 80s Liu Bao, I would absolutely
Definitely. I would believe you.
Yeah.
Even the 70s you bet, I'll believe that. It's
maybe not so much of the herbal of a Liu Bao, like the betel nut, but that level of smoothness and cleanliness in the mouth, that cooling sensation afterwards, and that very clear flavors, peanut butters, antique woods, brown sugars, hot cakes.
Yeah. And now, like on the 8th infusion, the mouthfeel is more silky.
Yeah.
It's less like thick and peanut buttery, but the flavor is peanut butter.
Flavor is peanut butter
so
straight.
funny.
A little bit of that apple. I'm still getting it, but I mean, it's very, 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 very light.
Yeah.
Body sensation?
I didn't feel more energized. I definitely felt more like
Interesting.
relaxed.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Like honestly, I think I could go to sleep. I feel like this is a great one for nighttime, which I'm so happy about because all our right PuErhs recently have been so energizing that I can't have it at night.
Yeah, it's true.
And I love
It's
a right
true.
PuErh at night. Like, it's so good for digestion.
It's true. That is really true.
So,
I'm not sure about sleepy, but I certainly feel warm, relaxed. I feel like my muscles are looser. I feel very comfortable, very a little bit looser, floppier, relaxed, not energized in that sort of I'm going to stay up all night way. So I agree with you. This is like the perfect late night drink. It's going to really see you into the wee hours without without making it difficult for you to go to sleep. I think. Can't make any promises.
We're going to keep trying that.
Yeah.
But so far, that's how it feels like. You know, I was thinking.
What?
It kind of makes me think like it's perfect with the 70s vibe.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of like chill.
Sit in a leather armchair.
Yes.
With your little
floaty
whiskey snooter full of the good nut charmer.
I mean, recently I've just wanted to be in that era. I really have.
Yeah. Shun technology. Yeah, exactly. What else to say? I mean, it really is it's a very warming tea.
Yeah.
And it has that digestive quality, but in a very warm way. Everything feels warm in my stomach. So I'm really loving that. And yeah, different to the right PuErhs that we've had recently. The nut charmer. Let's break out some of these leaves.
Yeah.
So we can see them. Yeah. I mean they even look like they've still got so much. I mean, with eight infusions in, you can definitely go 15.
Yeah.
I would say with this, probably more. Let's put this to the side. Let's just put the cake on top of here again so it doesn't get all wet. There you have it, the nut charmer, our first 2022 PuErh cake. Arrived for those of you who've been waiting. This is going to be an easy like tong for us. We're just going to rinse through it, I'm sure. Let us know what you think if you pick it up, and I hope that you have many late night sessions, relaxing, enjoying, and that lovely, loose, warm, flushed feeling filling your body. I hope you enjoy it. That's it, tea heads. Check out our other videos, taste our teas wherever you are in the world by browsing mayleaf.com, and come visit us if you're ever in London. Other than that, this is Celine and Don raising a glass of the nut charmer. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking the good stuff and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea. Cheers. Bye.